Welcome your next storyteller to the stage, Azul.
I married a woman because when I was 19 years old, the love of my life killed himself. It was easy to move on and let go because I didn't want to be hurt again. And the woman I married was my best friend, and she knew how much I hurt, and she accepted me. And so we had a great life together. We actually had 2 amazing kids, a boy and a girl. We lived in Round Rock, Texas, where I was a principal of a huge school. Just picture me with a suit and a tie and cowboy boots. I played a role of super dad and super husband. And for a while, 15 years, it made sense to everyone else. Because for me, I wasn't going to love a man again. Well, I finally decided I needed a change, so I moved my family out to San Diego. And when I got there, I just couldn't bear it anymore. I just felt this pressure, probably the same thing that other people feel when they're ready to come out. I couldn't handle it anymore. And so I decided to sit my wife down. I looked at her and I said, at 38, I'm gay. And then she looked back at me and said, so am I. That wasn't what I was expecting. I had always worked out what would the kids say, what will our parents say, you know, where will I run to? But it didn't come out that way. She was gay too. Well, we decided that we would spend some time apart. And after about a month or so, she said, I really want to try out this new life. And I said, well, I'll raise the kids. Why don't you go and figure yourself out, and I'll do the dad thing. She had given up so much to take the kids to soccer practice and PTA meetings and all those things that she was doing to kind of hide from her life as well. And then she left. And when the door closed, I realized I was a gay single dad. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what my kids eat for lunch. What are you packing lunches? I went from thinking that this was going to be this incredible experience. I'd come out, I'd be fabulous, I'd get spray tan like everybody else in San Diego, and I would be incredible. But what I found was, I was lost. Dad, Mama usually puts a sandwich in our lunch. Oh. I had to learn about juice boxes and snacks and what do you leave from the tooth fairy? Like, how much do you leave? And like, combing my daughter's hair. She came to me one time, she said, Dad, I have this knots in my hair, I can't get out. Okay. I combed her hair for 5 hours. 5 hours. Then I had to take her to get her hair cut because I couldn't get the knot out. From there to here. I was a mess. I would spend my Saturdays not going out to clubs, but sitting at home watching reruns of Will and Grace and Devil Wears Prada on repeat. That was my gay life. My Craigslist ad said, Daddy, no really, Daddy, looking for someone to help pack lunches and quiet nights at home. Even my ex-wife said, you're more in than you were when you were not out, so why don't you get out, do something? Because really it was only her and I that was out too. So she said, I went to this coming out group at the LGBT Center and you should go too. I was taking the kids trick-or-treating and she was at that event, and then the next night I was to go. I agreed that I would go to the coming out group. I parked 3 blocks away because I was still afraid. I got into the center and I found the room where they were having the meeting, and they were circled up on those folding chairs that squeak and make weird noises, and I sat down in the only open seat that I could find, and all the people there, different walks of life, older, younger, and I started to get a little bit nervous. And right before it started, in walks Steve. So handsome, incredibly well-dressed, Guess jeans, cute little brown jacket, smart shoes. And he sat right by me. And I gulped, and as the custom was in the group was everyone went around to share why they were there. And you know, one man had been 48 years married, and when his wife died, he decided it was time to come out. Another young man only came dressed up, came transgender at the group, and he was trying to figure out how he could transition his life. And I thought, I've got to come up with a story. I can't be the Craigslist daddy. Like, this isn't gonna work. He's cute. But when it got to me, I realized I had hid so long. And I just told the truth. I'm a single gay dad. His wife just came out. And then it was Steve's turn, and he said, I didn't think anyone could top my story. But he did. And come to find out, he was married and lived with his wife still, and they were great friends, and they were trying to work it out, but he couldn't find anyone to have a relationship with because it was such a hard thing for people to get. And as the custom, we went out for drinks after, well, tea, and sat and talked and chatted, and I saved a seat for him. And we talked into the night, and I wanted to get his number, and as we were walking out, I said, do you want to go for a drink? Like, go from here? And he said, yes. And we went and we talked. And this month, November 1st, will be 7 years that I went to that coming out group. And it'll also be our 7 years together, Steve and I. And I'm so glad that I walked out the door that day. Thank you.